You know that stretch, that really satisfying one you do when you first wake up?
Mm-hmm.
Or like the one your dog or cat does
Oh,
perfectly?
yeah. With such elegance, right?
Exactly. It really makes you think about our own bodies,
Right.
why we need that movement, that feeling of loosening up.
It's definitely intuitive, and we're going to dive deep into that today, looking at the science, the practice, basically essential stretching. We're using a great guide from recoverzen.net as our base.
Right. And our mission here, for you listening, is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Get a real practical handle on some simple stretches.
Yeah, stuff that can genuinely help your range of motion, maybe lower your injury risk, ease that tension we all seem to carry around.
And no overly complicated routines, just, clear info you can actually use. Plus, the source mentions 5 specific easy moves we'll get into.
5 key moves. Sounds good. So, where does this Recoverzen guide suggest we start?
Well, it kicks off with something relatable, being a bit skeptical at first. The author admits they weren't totally sold on stretching initially. But then, after just 1 week of trying some basics,
They noticed a difference.
yeah, less back tension, more flexibility in their legs. That kind of personal story, it really hits home, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, and it underlines a key point. You don't need, like, marathon stretching sessions.
Right.
Even short, consistent bits can really help with muscle tone and just feeling less uncomfortable. The guide also brings up the American College of Sports Medicine.
Yes, their recommendations.
Exactly. They suggest targeting those major muscle groups at least twice a week.
And that's tied to real benefit, better range of motion, less chance of injury.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for anyone dealing with, say, back stiffness, maybe from sitting too much, the guide highlights a really simple one, the standing cat-camel.
Okay, cat camel. Sounds intriguing. How does that work? It's supposed to help with posture too, right?
Yeah, exactly. So picture this. Feet shoulder-width apart, hands resting on your thighs.
Nice.
Then you just gently alternate. First, arch your back, let your belly drop down kind of like a cat,
Mm-hmm.
Then round your spine upwards, tucking your chin more like a camel's hump.
Okay.
And you hold each position for, say, 10 to 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Super gentle, easy to do almost anywhere.
That sounds really accessible. And the guide gives advice for beginners too, I imagine.
Although, definitely.
Yeah.
Key things.
Hmm.
Start slow. Don't push into pain.
Right. Listen to your body.
Exactly. Gradually increase how long you hold it or how deep you go, but avoid overdoing it. Your body will tell you,
That's crucial advice. Avoid that temptation to force it.
for sure. And the big takeaway here is that even just a few minutes makes a difference, whether it's warming up or just shaking off tension from your desk job.
Okay, so we know it feels good, and even short bids help. But let's get into the why. What's happening physiologically? The guide says it's more than just muscles loosening up.
Yeah, this is the really cool part. It digs into the biology. Our muscles have these fibers, and within them, proteins,
Hmm.
one called titin.
Tight.
Yeah. Think of it like tiny little springs inside the muscle fibers.
Okay, springs.
When you stretch, these components, including titin, actually lengthen. That's what allows for that increased range of motion and helps reduce injury risk over time.
And our bodies have protection built in, right, to stop us going too far. Something about a reflex.
Exactly, the Golgi tendon reflex. It's like a safety mechanism.
How does it work?
If you stretch a muscle too aggressively, too far or too fast, this reflex kicks in and tells the muscle to actually relax.
Ah, so it prevents you from tearing something.
Pretty much. It's
Yep.
your body saying, whoa, easy there.
That's fascinating. And the research mentioned, it says consistent stretching can actually make muscle fascicles longer.
Right. Over time, your muscles can physically adapt and become longer, more pliable. That's a significant long-term gain in flexibility.
And really intense stretching can even change the muscle structure.
Apparently so. It just shows how adaptable our bodies are.
Amazing. But it's not just physical, is it? The guide connects stretching to mental well-being, too.
It does. Studies show regular stretching can ease tension and pain, which in turn can sharpen your focus, even boost your mood.
Makes sense. Less physical discomfort often means a clearer head.
Yeah, the author shared feeling calmer, more centered once they made stretching a habit.
So it really is this dual benefit, body and mind. It's not just an optional add-on. It's pretty essential for a healthy lifestyle, like the guide says.
Absolutely. Okay, so we get the why. How about the how? Integrating it into a workout routine, for example. The author felt a big difference doing this.
Mm-hmm. And this brings up the difference between dynamic and static stretching, which is super important.
Right. Can you break that down for us based on the guide? When to use which?
Sure. So dynamic stretches are active movements. Think leg swings, arm circles, Stuff that gets you moving.
Okay, warming up.
Exactly. Perfect for pre-workout. Gets blood flowing, loosens joints, improves that active range of motion, preps the muscles.
And static.
Static is holding a stretch still, like
Ah.
the classic hamstring stretch, holding it for a bit. These are generally better for your cool down after the workout. They help ease muscle tension, maybe prevent some soreness later.
So timing is key.
Definitely. The guide suggests maybe 5–10 minutes of dynamic stretching before your workout.
To prime the muscles.
Right. And then another 5–10 minutes of static stretching after you're done to help cool down and improve flexibility.
And it mentions focusing on common tight spots, like hamstrings, lower back.
Yeah, those usual suspects. Hamstrings, lower back, even legs in general.
Does he give an example for, say, hamstrings?
It does the standing hamstring stretch. You just prop one foot up on something low, like a step.
Okay.
Keep that leg mostly straight, not locked, and lean forward from your hips. Hold it for about 30 seconds. Feel the stretch in the back of your thigh. Then switch legs.
Simple enough. And consistency is important too.
Crucial. Aim for at least twice a week, the guide suggests, even on rest days.
Okay.
And always, always listen to your body. If something feels sharp or wrong, back off or skip it.
It really does position stretching as more than just flexibility, doesn't it? It's like active body care for a better fitness journey overall.
Well put. It's about balance.
Okay, so let's talk about those easy moves the guide promised. It emphasizes these aren't just for super athletes, right?
Not at all. Everyone can benefit. Better movement, less daily stiffness.
It's for all of us.
And it loops back to using static and dynamic, properly warming up, cooling down.
Mm-hmm. Practical application.
So let's walk through the steps for a couple of those static ones again. First, that standing hamstring stretch.
Right.
Foot on a low surface, legs straight but not locked. Lean forward gently from the hips. Hold for 30 seconds, then the other leg. Feel that gentle pull.
Right. Gentle pull. Not pain. That's key for static stretches.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one for calves, using a wall.
Yes, the wall stretch for calf relief. Stand facing a wall, step 1 foot back, keep that back leg straight, heel pressed firmly down, then lean into the wall until you feel the stretch in that calf muscle.
And hold that for 30 seconds too, then switch. Exactly. And like you said, the guide really stresses breathing deeply during these holds. Don't force it, just aim for that mild stretch feeling. Good form makes all the difference.
Absolutely. Proper technique ensures you're actually stretching the right thing safely.
Now, stretching. There are tons of opinions out there, right? Myths, misconceptions. The guide tackles some of these, which is really helpful.
Yeah, it's important to separate the hype from the reality, like the big one. Static stretching prevents all injuries.
Which isn't quite true, is it?
Not really, no. The research, as the guide points out, doesn't strongly back that up as a guarantee. Flexibility helps, yes, but static stretching right before activity might even temporarily weaken the muscle slightly.
Weaken it? How?
It signals relaxation, remember,
Hmm.
which might not be what you want right before you need power or speed. Some studies suggest static stretching just before intense stuff could actually hinder performance a bit.
Ah, okay. So that reinforces why dynamic stretching is better for the warm-up.
Exactly. The guide explains dynamic moves get blood flowing, prep muscles specifically for what you're about to do, improve active range of motion, all without fatiguing them.
It primes the body.
Right. The author even mentioned feeling way more agile after switching their warm-up to dynamic moves.
It really drives home that stretching isn't one size fits all.
Definitely not. It depends on the activity, your body, your goals. You got to listen to yourself and adjust.
So, wrapping things up.
Yeah.
What are the main takeaways from this deep dive based on the Recovers'n Guide?
I think the big message is balance. Using both dynamic and static stretching appropriately seems key for muscle performance and maybe reducing some injury risk.
And consistency matters.
Hugely. Regular practice leads to better flexibility, less tension, less discomfort. But technique is vital too, doing it right.
And the guide really encourages just starting, right? Try the easy moves, go slow, listen to your body, enjoy feeling better. It's care for body and mind.
And that FAQ section in the guide is super handy too, just quickly reinforcing points.
Oh yeah, let's touch on that. What did it cover?
Things like frequency aiming for 3–4 times a week, how gentle stretches can help with back pain, targeting the lower back and hamstrings.
Okay.
It confirms dynamic before, static after workouts is generally preferred. Holding static stretches for about 20–30 seconds.
Right.
It clarifies stretching helps movement patterns and can reduce strain risk, but isn't foolproof injury prevention.
Got it. What else?
Defines static versus dynamic again, holding versus moving. Stresses no pain, just a gentle pull. Mentions posture benefits from stretching chest, shoulders, hip flexors. Suggests a good seated hamstring stretch.
Ah, reaching for the foot with a straight back.
Yeah, that one. And finally confirms that even light daily stretching is beneficial for maintaining flexibility.
So lots of practical reinforcement there.
Definitely. So overall, we've dug into some really useful science-backed ways to bring essential stretching into your life effectively.
Absolutely. And maybe the final thought for you listening is this. What if you tried incorporating just one? Or maybe two of these simple stretches regularly? How might that start a positive ripple effect on your body, maybe even your mood, over the next few weeks or months? Something to think about, perhaps experiment with. See what changes you notice.